Get ready with me for my second radio interview, and today we'll be solely talking about the child-free decision and child-free lifestyle. So this morning I woke up fresh and early so that I can be able to vlog and whatever and get myself prepared. And the first message I woke up to was one of my WhatsApp contacts who has been like a contact for some years now. Like I've known this person for over like 5 years. So I've known this guy for quite some time, for over 5 years, maybe even 10. And he usually responds to my statuses, letting me know how beautiful I look, things like that. Like, oh, you look so pretty, and whatever. Ooh, this is a lot of coverage. I put too much. So I'm always like, okay, thanks, sending heart emojis. But this morning he decided he was going to tell me about my content. And he was like, you seem pretty obsessed with this topic. Um, you know, you seem pretty obsessed with this topic, when in 10 years' time you won't be singing the same tune. Oh gosh, I put way too much of this on. But anyway, so I just proceeded to say that this is my niche. And he was like, yeah, well, you seem so obsessed, it's almost like you can't have children. And it got me thinking that if I was a mother that was literally posting my children every single day, or if I was a wife or something like that, he wouldn't have the same thing to say. It's only an obsession when it's a topic that you do not relate to. And, a lot of people be saying, is this the only thing you think about in your life? Being child free has helped me avoid 80% to 90% of the problems that many other women face. And it's just so hypocritical that if I was a mother or vlogging about some other part of my life, nobody would think I'm obsessed. They would just assume that, oh, okay, this is the niche she's chosen. So it really got me thinking that people have a problem with a particular type of topic or content because it reflects upon their own decisions, and therefore they want to monitor how other people use their social medias and monitor the message that is coming out from that social media. Instead of being happy that, oh, maybe she finally found her voice, she finally found something that works for her, he wants to criticize me about probably the fact that I can't have children. And maybe I can't, I really don't know. I've never gone for a fertility test. All I know is I'm not pregnant, and I have never been pregnant. So it also got me thinking that a lot of men, even though we're in 2024, seem to think that they are modern men, but they're really not. They still have certain expectations of women and assume that all women should have the same desires of becoming a mother some way, somehow. Even if that doesn't come with getting married, they just assume that all women want to be mothers with whatever circumstance it comes in, whether it's you being a baby mama or a single mother in some sort of way. And the audacity to think that social media is only for certain type of content, like maybe when it first came out, Instagram was very much on about luxury content, and that's pretty much what we were seeing. But now it's opened the doors to different types of content. I mean, if I was out here being a wife and constantly posting about my wife life and my kids, he wouldn't have made anything much to say. He wouldn't even say I'm obsessed. He would just be like, oh wow, that's so great, you're living such a great life. But because I don't have children, it must be some sort of obsession, right? And I've said it publicly that not having children is part of my personality. Being child free is definitely part of my personality. And it's something that has helped me throughout the years to decide what I want to do in my life and what I want to be. Representation in any form of community is very important so that the other people that might feel like they're not being represented can see someone else living the same life as them and happy and proud. I'm really starting to see and believe that people really don't like it when, especially women, are living a life that is not what is expected of them and don't go according to societal expectations. So instead of being happy for us, they want to box us into this box of you can only desire this much from your life, you can only desire these certain things from your life, and that's what you should be doing, and that's what we expect you to be doing. They never think beyond of maybe this person doesn't want that lifestyle. And especially with women, they like to dictate exactly what we should be doing in our life and when we should be doing it by. I mean, if I was vlogging about being at gym and always being a gym bunny and, that's my life, he wouldn't have anything to say about it. He wouldn't really say, well, you must be obsessed with gym. But because it goes against the narrative that he expects a woman to desire and want to be. I mean, he is a baby daddy of two kids himself. Whether he's taking care of those children, I have no idea, or whether he's with the woman that he had children with, But instead of saying, you know what, maybe she is making a wise decision, and I believe he does have a daughter. So instead of thinking in that context, he's like, she must be obsessed with this life. And yes, I am obsessed with this life because I totally love this life. I don't think if I had children, I would be getting ready to go on a radio station to talk about being child free. Men like to think they're very modern and they want 50-50 and all that, but they still subject women to very traditional values. And I do believe in the traditional family sense that husband and wife, then children, and the man is the provider and the woman is the nurturer in the house. So I definitely do believe in that, and I do believe in marriage, even though I really don't want to have children at all, even if I had to get married. And some men would like to believe that they are modern men and they're all for modern lives, but they still very much expect women to want and expect certain decisions just because you are a woman. And just because you are a woman, you have to go through these experiences. You're not allowed to voice that maybe I don't want to be a mother, I don't see motherhood as part of my path, or I don't see pregnancy as part of my path at all. Even if I had to adopt, I've always known that if I never get married, and even if I had as much money as possible, I would never adopt, because I never want to raise a child on my own in any circumstance. It also makes me wonder, is this the type of response that they would give their own daughters and nieces and, sisters and aunts and stuff like that if they decided that they didn't want to have children, especially knowing the state of what kind of men are out there? Like, imagine his daughter came up to him and said, Dad, I really don't think I want to be a mother. Would he then encourage her or discourage her that, what, you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years' time. You don't know what's going to happen anyway. Instead of validating her decisions, he'd probably tell her that you have to be a mother at some point. At some point, you'll realize you should. Content creation and the whole digital market, social media, is a $1 billion industry. And if you can find a niche that works for you, you can definitely work towards getting the bag. So I don't see how I am obsessed about a niche topic that is my life. I'm not posting about anything fake. I'm representing the community that understands me, and I'm building towards a business that will be able to generate money while I am motivating other people and other women and other men to live the same life and be proud of their decisions. Every other decision that people make, people are proud of it and want to celebrate them. But as soon as the decision has to do with parenthood or motherhood and fatherhood, that's when they're not proud of us. They want us all to join Misery Loves Company and be a part of this whole movement and be a part of baby mama culture and baby daddy culture, which is, I have said many times, is a very toxic culture to be part of. Not just for you as an individual, as the parent, but also for children. It's very toxic to not grow up with two parents, especially if, you know, at some point you could have rectified it. Obviously, if you're part of a relationship that was abusive, get out of that relationship. But then you also need to understand that your children might have some effects from not growing up with a father.